The playlist containing all of our picks from this episode is in the description. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, welcome. It's HardLore time. What's up, Bo?
You know, Colin, I was thinking. We did the best breakdowns part one.
We did.
You know?
We did. And it's honestly like the playlist is still going to this day, rising up the ranks, universally acclaimed. And the second we wrapped, we were both like, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot this.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly my point, my friend.
I made this. I looked at, like, you know how there's like a timestamp on the Notes app if you make a list?
Yeah.
This is the day after that episode went up. I did this entire list.
No shit.
Yes.
And I did mine 30 minutes ago.
So
I started it after we wrapped.
Right.
I did start it, but I only had like a few.
I was done, dude. Completely conceptualized and finished that day. But this is part 2 of HardLore's official master ranking. This is the master list.
Yeah, this is the master list.
Official.
This time we did 20 each.
20 each total. Of the best breakdowns ever made, ever recorded, ever spin kicked, ever spun kicked, ever windmilled.
Let's remind of the criteria that you and I are not individually repeating bands. There may be a band or two on our current list that the other had on the previous list. And also, it doesn't necessarily, we call it a breakdown, but it can be an intro. It can be a part.
The song doesn't need to build to this moment.
Right, exactly.
It's just, you know it when you feel it. You know,
that's part of the criteria.
It's a feeling. I am not saying a single band I have already said, and I don't think I'm saying a band that Bo has said either.
I think I'm the same.
Which, that would make it so easy to just come up here and say 10 different Hatebreed songs every week, because I could do top 100 Hatebreed breakdowns.
I said Slayer, Ghosts of War on the list, and it would be very easy to be like Angel of Death.
Yeah, easy peasy. But we started the clip for today off with Morbid Angel, Where the Slime Lives, you know?
Yeah.
So I figure I'll start with that.
Okay.
The first time that the transition from the first time I heard that back to back, honestly, this Morbid Angel before Suffocation, before Dying Fetus might have been the band for me where I was like, oh, this is the same thing that hardcore bands are doing, just in a different perspective, you know? Really? In a different way. Because like the end of, what's the first song on fucking Covenant? Rapture? The fucking bam bum 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 bow wow boom is like, that's just a hard ass breakdown. Whether they're approaching it from that perspective or not. But Where the Slime Lives is straight up like, how well did it fit to that compilation of crowd killing that we posted?
That should almost be the litmus test of like, if either of us are like, I don't know about that part, you play it to that clip and you go, okay.
Yeah, it completely fits. And and like, how many bands have stolen woo from that since?
Yeah, I wonder.
Not enough, but also enough.
You know what would be a cool, just a cool thing to deep dive on one day is like, where did the use of this dissonant chord come from? Or the panic chord? Like, where did that start? Can we find...
I'd love to go back in time and kill that guy.
Yeah, right. Can we find the first breakdown?
Yeah, it's fucking... It's down, 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 down. Got a good reason. I'm whooping ass, dude. You kidding me?
No,
it's straight up... Yeah, dude, I mean, it might be that.
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah, I'll kick your ass.
How many times did you get that typo negative meme sent to you of that lady?
I can't even pick up my phone anymore.
Dude,
I don't ever want to see it again.
20 times.
How do you not assume I've seen it?
That's dude.
It's been up for a month. I got it. You know?
I got it.
Thank you for sending it to me the first day, but after that, you can assume. This came today. This is pretty cool. I made a post. Where did I put it? Oh, it's inside. I made a post saying, because I have a World Coming Down poster that is the UK version, which came out September 20th.
Oh.
In America, it came out September 21st.
No shit.
So what did I find?
No kidding.
A World Coming Down poster because this record came out on the same day that I came out of the womb. So I figured it belongs in the office somewhere, you know?
Very nice.
So I'm excited about that. Thanks to whoever sent me the link to somebody was like, this is on Depop right now. So somebody who listens to the show. So I bought it in 10 seconds. So thanks. What's your first pick?
My first pick is Anthrax are not a band that I'm like in love with. Mm-hmm. I think the weakest of the big four, which I say respectively.
Yeah, I mean that's still like
it's still it's like
in the scope of music, you're still better. You're still like bigger and better than almost every band ever.
When I was kind of first getting into more metallic shit in high school, after the punk stuff, somebody gave me Among the Living.
Yeah.
And like that intro rocks.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. Are you about to give it to me?
I was going to say the Indians version.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, that part is...
It's insane.
It's insane.
Have you heard... Let me ask you this.
And the war dance part?
Have you heard the re-recorded version?
What? No, I don't think so.
It's fucking insane.
They re-recorded
it? I think they re-recorded the whole album with the fucking... what's the guy? What's the band? Metal Blade. Metal Blade band. He sings.
Amon Amarth.
No.
The Viking from Amon Amarth.
Old fuckers.
Oh, Nurgle. From
no, not Nurgle. Old.
Oh, Corpse Grinder.
What's his fucking name?
I have no idea, dude.
It starts with an A. Metal Blade. Rock music. Mm-hmm. Second singer of Anthrax, this guy.
Oh, they re-recorded it with
They re-recorded it with this. I think his name is John Bush.
Without Joey Belladonna.
John Bush is his name, I think.
Okay.
And tell me if I'm wrong, internet. Dude, I mean, it's like the fucking re-recorded Indians breakdown is insane.
It's also
the song
one of those like ethically.
Yes.
It's one of those songs where it's like it's so funny that like they really meant well.
Yeah.
It's really a song. It's kind of like Run to the Hills. It's like a song talking about how
like war dance. Come on, right, guys?
Yeah. And then Joey Belladonna's wearing a fucking headdress and like jumping. And it's just like it's one of those things where obviously I'm aware of that, but the actual riff,
the riff is insane. The intention was good. It's just like times have changed and people are more aware of what these things mean now.
I couldn't believe it when I first heard it. It's also funny to think that the guitar lead part is like it's just like oh my god.
It's like kind of like when a Japanese wrestler has like in America has like bing bong bing bong bong.
Yeah,
bong.
exactly.
Every time it's like they go to Vince McMahon and he's like, well, he's Japanese, pal.
We know what his music is.
What's his character, Vince? Well, he's Japanese. That's like the whole. That's all they give him.
Yeah, he's gonna Harajuku.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hit me with number two.
Number two for me is another. I don't have much non-hardcore on here.
Mine are just very hardcore heavy.
I'll just get these out of the way. Misery Index, Retaliate.
Dude, hum it. I think I know it exactly.
Misery Index was so vital to me. Taylor was like the Misery Index kid for a while. Like Misery Index would be like the fucking kid from California that loves us, you know? And then toured with them when he was very young, played drums for a band called Crematorium.
Right.
And like got to tour with essentially one of his favorite bands. So Taylor loving Misery Index for me was they're associated with Dying Fetus. It's the same squad of guys.
Got you.
So they approach death metal with the same perspective. Where you get these parts that are just like, yo, this is just cold as life. How are you doing this?
So
And this specific part of this song shaped so much of just the way I look at how genres blend, you know?
love that.
It's so
I
fucking
know
the
exactly
way
what
that it hits is so hard. So I'm looking forward to when all of you are at the gym or something listening to HardLore's Best Breakdowns Volume 2. When this hits, you're going to hit so many personal records. You're not going to believe it.
I didn't hit any personal records today, dude. I almost dropped the deadlift bar.
You know what that means? You did it to failure.
Yeah.
Which
But
is
like,
great.
it's my grip strength though. It's
That'll
like
come.
my hand like gave out.
That'll come.
I'm gonna
Just get it. What about your little mouse pad you always fucking squeeze while we're recording?
this guy.
What's your next?
I'll just get raps. You know,
Get some raps. Get some rats. What's your next?
Next one was a band that I can't believe wasn't on. This is one of the. We have a couple that are like, I can't believe I forgot this. This is a band that like we didn't even mention. That has it's chock full of parts that you wouldn't think you're gonna kill to, but you do. A little band called Killing Time.
Oh my god!
Backtrack has an actual breakdown in it.
Yeah.
That when I was a kid, I didn't understand how it goes because it does like the
Those alternate
drum-
snares. They trick your brain when you're
Yes.
a new listener to this. Because so when you're
Yes,
approaching hardcore
exactly.
and as a new listener, you're like, what am I supposed to do to each part? Like you think that there's little codes written in for like what you're supposed to do. Now you realize every song you can match to the whole song. You do what you want. There's no rules.
It's really the kick drum. It's not the snare.
No.
You know, and but the one step forward.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Perfect record. One of the best records ever written by any band.
By any band.
Bright side.
Dude, perfect demo. Like the Raw Deal demo is unbelievable. Telltale's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Fool's Die is like Killing Time is so fucking awesome.
Possibly, I say, I'm in the Bright Side is better than Age of Quarrel camp. You know,
I think,
or at least like if I'm sitting
it's
down,
in the discussion. Yeah,
if I'm sitting down, and it's like I have to listen to one or the other. I've heard Age of Quarrel more times cumulatively, so I guess I'm putting on Bright Side first. But gun to my head, I'm saying, sir, please put Bright Side on. Put the gun
Age of
down.
Quarrel has a couple skips for me. B-side skips that are like not that great.
See, I wouldn't even say that. I just think Bright Side is like all meat.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's no skips on Bright Side. Bah, tuck me on my back. It's just like unbelievable.
My next pick, Bowen.
Yeah.
We're getting into HC territory. I have two more non-hardcore bands. So the rest is just, if you're listening to the show and you're like, man, this guy's number one was a death metal song last time.
Yeah.
I got fucking 18 hardcore songs for you now. So The Hope Conspiracy.
Ooh.
Truth and Purpose.
How does it go? I don't know if I know the
That's
song.
it's like a pattern type deal.
Okay.
Oh
yeah. Which record is that on?
the fucking blue one with the guy.
The blue one. Yeah.
The one with the guy.
Yeah.
The one with the guy on the front. That seeing HopeCon is. Have you ever seen them?
Yeah, first show.
You know when you're first show.
First hardcore show was Suicide File, HopeCon, Every Time I Die. American
Right.
Nightmare.
So do you remember vividly seeing? This is the song where the room full of people is waiting for Truth and Purpose. You know, like they have other hard parts throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's like you see, there's a palpable feeling in the room of like,
here it comes.
yo, Truth and Purpose is next. So you better move away.
Yeah.
The things I've seen grown men do to other grown men and small children to this would end this show forever. You know. Yeah, there's a couple generational bands. Yeah. Oh my god.
They're a generational band. They're a band that's like, dude, that's an underrated band, actually. A band that's like often kind of left. Yeah. Maybe we should do it.
So we we were workshopping a couple different ideas for today, and one was underrated bands. So that's going to be in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's just a band like that isn't talked about enough when it comes to that era.
Yeah, easy. Hope Con, Truth and Purpose.
Love it.
Yep.
My next one is Hometown Heroes. Little band called Weekend Nachos.
Really?
Dude, they have a song called Pain Over Acceptance that is just like a long intro over like a and like they played the Beat Kitchen once, and like I love that part, and John knew I loved that part, and I was moshing really hard to that part, and John just went, "Bo fucking looters!" Like,
isn't that the best though? Seeing your friend moshing.
Of course.
To this day, there's like nothing that excites me more.
I don't talk about Weekend Nachos enough. They were like, for a long time, they were like our sister band, you know? They were just like, yeah.
Sister band is hilarious to say. Yeah.
And
it's like it's a light rib.
No, what do you mean? Sister Cities.
Yeah, I know.
We toured with them a lot. First time in California was with them. They were just like our guys.
Right.
And still are. And they have a lot of heavy parts. They're a very heavy band.
Yeah, that shocked me when I first heard them, because
don't think
and the kids at my school that liked them were like the crust kids that didn't really fuck with me.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Who like see an AF shirt and a Dying Fetus hoodie, and they're like, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah.
But they love Weekend Nachos.
Us and Nachos could play the same city, including Chicago, and play to different people. You know, it was just kind of different.
It's like full of hell vibes, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
They created their own group of people that go see.
Dude, Andy played a 7-string. That band was in, like, you know what I mean? Like, no crust band is playing 7 strings because they're all like brilliant musicians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were just awesome. So, Pain Over Acceptance by Weekend Nachos, the intro is unreal.
Good shit. Unreal. This one is a little bit of an out of the box, like when you think about what a breakdown is.
I have one of those. Love it.
I'll explain why.
Yeah.
When I was 12 or 13 years old, I picked up trying to write stuff on guitar. I didn't know how to play it. I just knew like what sounds were cool, and I knew I liked jin, you know?
Yeah.
So when I was 13, 14, I'm like, okay, I got to kind of agree, like know how to like put a riff together, you know? I don't know what a riff means, but I know, okay, this is the part where something will happen. Okay. And something I wrote was dun 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 dun, which I learned about a year later. I had never heard it. So this was complete parallel thinking from a 13-year-old and a new band from New York called Burn. And the song is called Shall Be Judged. And the pit, what I love about it is the pit is all toms. It's
yeah, I love that.
And the drummer starts like so it's like a non-traditional pit that is built for pitting. And now we know was fronted by the guy who might have invented spin kicks. You know?
Oh yeah, that's kind of his.
That's the lore, is that Chaka might have been the first spin kicker.
That's right.
So
I was never a Burn guy. Like never.
Dude, but how bad did you want the TV long sleeve?
Yeah, right. Totally.
Oh my God. I was like, this thing's so cool. I got to listen to this band. Yeah.
When I went through like the real Youth Crew phase, which there's a bunch of Youth Crew on this list too, I like wanted to like every Rev band.
Yeah.
Because that was just it, you know? And I tried. I didn't like get it. I don't know. I didn't get it. It was the same thing with, what was fucking Zach Del Roche's?
Inside Out.
Inside Out.
I might be the only guy that doesn't fucking come in their pants for Inside Out, though. Maybe it's you and me. We're the last
we ain't
two.
Coming. Yeah.
I'm dry. I'm inside out. My pants are dry. I respect the legacy though, but no. I get it. Like people fucking pop off for the cover whenever people play it, but
yeah,
it's not. What's yours?
My next one is Judge, which is funny that I left it off the previous list because
there you're like
when I found out about Judge, I was going through in my life what Judge was. Like post youth crew,
Right.
but kind of metal.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh,
Hateful metallic youth crew, you know?
straight edge. Yeah.
Straight
Yeah,
edge as
you know.
fuck. Which is like, that's how I feel to this day.
Yeah. So Fed Up was definitely like on the list, but really, and there's cool lore to this, Where It Went by Judge, which there's a music video for.
Right.
Do you know the song?
Yeah.
It starts with the bass part, yeah. And then it's the Do You Feel How I Feel?
Right.
then it
Actual
goes to the-
mosh part.
Yeah, I can look you in the face and
Yeah.
I know I lost a friend.
Yeah, that's a hard
and
ass
then
part.
just
straight pattern.
A pattern breakdown.
I was
on Bringing
talking
It Down.
to recently with good old Mac Miller and my buddy Jesse about like kind of what Judge was for a while, you know?
Yeah.
They were like the band that didn't reunite. They were like the last legacy
And it
act.
was-
They did.
And then there was the documentary and there was a fire that burned all the footage. It
Right.
was like this crazy, like
so
oh, shit.
mythic.
Yeah.
Yo,
mi-
did
very-
you have the Judge Hot Topic shirt?
No.
Oh my God. When I found that thing in there, I was like, I just struck gold.
Yeah, right.
I'm
yeah, of
I'm
course.
rich. Nobody knows this is here. I'm gonna be the only one with this shirt because nobody comes in here.
Right.
California Hot Topic was crazy, man. We had like Carry On, Judge,
Yeah, that's sick.
badass.
It tracks.
Yeah.
I did buy vinyl at Hot Topic when they had it. I got like 7 Seconds, The Crew,
Oh,
and a
I
Bad
bet.
Brains record. I got good stuff.
I bet they were stocked
But
up.
cool lore about Where It Went is Harm's Way actually covered it for a very short run. We played it at the Down to Nothing Richmond, like at Christmas or New Year's bash, whatever they would do.
Nice.
And we played it in other cities and no one really knew it. But then all of the Gorilla dudes in Richmond, like,
Of course.
knew the Judge cover.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Fed Up. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
like we played kind of a deep cut. And
I'm
I
picturing, like-
vividly remember Dave Wood being like,
I was gonna say
lost a
picturing
friend."
sweet David Wood before you play, being like, "You guys covering Judge? That's so cool, man. You guys are so cool." And then beating ass, like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
fuck?
it
Where
was
did you come from?
fucking awesome. I
Yeah.
loved covering that.
He's the best. I miss him.
I miss him too.
One of the most heartbreaking edge breaks of our time, right?
Yeah,
David
well,
Wood, if you're listening,
love you.
you broke my heart. And I miss you so much.
I know it was you, Davey.
I know it was you. My next pick, Blood for Blood,
Ah,
Bitch Called Hope. You left me a bitter, twisted motherfucker, dude. Dun, 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 dun.
oh, cool. Yeah.
No matter how many times they re-record this fucking song, this thing still goes obscenely hard. And this is a band with no shortage of Breakdown Volume 2 worthy tracks. For me, Bitch Called Hope is their single hardest part.
Another generational band that is like,
They're one of those bands you forget ran shit.
and
Fucking-
like still, if they played anywhere in Northeast,
It would be insane. I'd be there, you know?
yeah, right. yeah.
Some of the hardest lore ever revolves around Blood for Blood. So I look forward to having Rob on someday because I've been told some stories off the record
Yeah.
that I would hope could be on the record.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't telling them without nobody's permission. I'll tell you that much.
No, sir.
But the way that they got signed to Victory
yeah.
is maybe the coolest thing I've ever heard. So that's a little tease for for whenever we eventually get Rob or Ian, great friend of the show, Ian McFarlane, filmmaker, directed the Agnostic Front documentary.
Oh, so good.
Kicks ass. Hopefully Ian,
Is that the Godfathers of
Godfathers of
hardcore?
Hardcore.
Dude?
Ian's the man. Hope to have him or Rob on someday. We'll see what we can't do. Yeah, Blood for Blood. Bitch can't hope, but bitch called hope. Bitch can't hope that I don't put a bitch called hope on because I put it on.
My next one is another like pattern breakdown one that was omitted on the previous list, which is actually kind of shocking, and it's Blistered by Strife. When I first, there was a band from here called Undo Tomorrow who were around like when I first started coming to shows, and they covered, I think, Waiting. They covered another Strife song, and that was like my, oh, let's listen to this band. I think Blistered starts the record.
I think it does.
I think it opens the record, so it's like very easy to go, oh shit. And it's got the pattern thing, it's got the sing along part, it's got the my voice. It's got everything I need. And at the time, believing they were a straight edge band, you know, again, it was similar to Judge, where I was like, oh, this is the continuance of what Judge had already kind of laid down for me in my post youth crew phase. You know what I mean? It was like the next thing.
To me, I think Strife, like I had already found Hatebreed, you know?
Yeah.
So I had my Hatebreed.
Yeah.
I think Strife is Hatebreed to native Californians. I'm almost a native Californian, but I'm not. So like there's a little gap where when I heard Strife, I was like, I already have something harder than this, you know?
Very good.
Blistered Pit is undeniable.
It's undeniable. It's got all the parts.
Yeah.
It goes pit to pit. Dude, that's 3. It's pit to pit.
They go pit. They do Mosh 3. So Jay, if you're listening, we've got another for 3, but no 4.
No 4.
Wait. Do they go back into the halftime after that?
No, wait a minute, dude. It is 4. They go gung gung.
God
gung,
damn it,
gung, gung.
Jay. We've
Then
got
they pick it
another
up.
Mosh 4. It's fucking Blistered Strife.
It's the same pattern as Apocalypse Now, which is funny. Because it's
We'll have to fact check this. We'll check with
no, it is
with the
It's
judges
halftime,
if this is Mosh
double
4.
time. Still double time with just the pattern. Then
God damn it. Blistered,
Yeah,
I got to give it up for Strife. Blistered's Mosh 4. Jay, we got another one. God damn it. All right, well, my next one is Mosh 1, and it was all that was needed. Okay? This is and like one of the most underrated New York hardcore records ever.
Ooh, I wonder if I have it on here too.
Is a record called Happiness Without Peace by a band called Subzero.
Wow.
And this song that you've heard covered by legends like Terror and others, this song is called Boxed In. And I think it is like among the list of legitimate perfect hardcore songs.
Ooh.
And I think I didn't put it on volume 1 because I was like, now I might use this one for something soon. So I don't want people talking about it, but it's fine.
You can hear it.
Boxed In made volume 2. The way they build to the pit with the same thing you hear in the beginning is like, that's how you get me, you know?
Gotcha.
Like you tease me in the start.
Yeah.
With like, okay, how we're going to do this later. Hard ass verse, hard ass chorus. The song is so simple, and it just shows that like more technical does not mean more interesting. Just give it to me, you know? Because they can out riff you. They've showed that. The guitar, they rip. They're doing all kinds of like there's all kinds of scale runs and shit. But when the fucking hits, it hits like a fucking nuclear bomb, dude.
You know what's funny about this list? This list is going to be a really good, are you interested in hardcore? Don't know where to start.
I mean, there's a lot
intro
of
to hardcore because the previous one is so mixed. This is like,
the other one is very personal.
Yeah,
you know, it's like these are for us. This is kind of like, hey, anybody could hear these and be like, yeah, this is up there. Boxed In, holy shit.
My next one is another New York band, a very youth crew band. Seldom talked about, I feel. Band called Side by Side.
Oh man, the last band that hasn't reunited.
Yeah,
the last one.
Did Alone in the Crowd reunite?
The other last, they probably did, you know. But I'm not a big I don't cream over the Alone in a Crowd 7-inch. I know that's church for dozens of people in the world.
Yeah.
but Side by Side for me is like the fucking production, the pits,
dude,
the logo. You know who that is? It's a silhouette of LL Cool J.
Is it really? Dude, you ever look at the shoes in that silhouette? They're fucking huge.
You know why? LL Cool J. Huge.
The song is called Backfire by Side by Side.
Let me hear the riff.
Waiting live. You don't know what it's about. But the fucking... It's
the
like
vocal inflection of that era. It was just... Everybody was like, I got to do the thing, guys.
I got to do the capo thing.
It's like when grunge, everybody heard their...
Yeah. But it's the... Backfire, in your face. Great part.
Pit.
Love.
Full pit.
Love Side by Side.
The last one. So Side by Side, if you're listening, don't do it.
And supposedly, Jules goes to shows. He's around and he's just like, no, I'm good.
I love that. Side by Side, don't do it.
Don't do it.
You're the last one.
Don't do it.
Wait for the fucking Coachella offer or something.
Yes.
10 mil. Wait for 10 mil from Coachella for Side by Side. All right. My next pick. And with this, I pick the LP version where the record's kind of fucked up and it starts at the wrong part. I have
version specific ones too. Yeah.
And I think everybody just figured out what I'm talking about. Because on the EP version, it goes dun dun down, and that's how the song starts. But on the LP version, Shattered Realm, All Will Suffer starts with just bing, bum, bum, gum, bum, 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 bum. And that, again, was one of those things I heard as a teenager that was like, this is it.
Yeah.
This is who you are.
All the pieces.
Program for life, set you on one path. Shattered Realm, All Will Suffer, set me on a path I have never once strayed from. Okay.
My first exposure to Shattered Realm was a fest that Shane did in Northwest Indiana that actually some of the coolest lore ever. But basically, Shattered Realm played the entire room. Literally, I was against a wall. Yeah. Just I have nowhere to go. My youth crew band played the fest.
Was Joe singing?
I don't know.
What year was it?
I don't remember. It was 2000. Let's see. My band, it was probably 2004 or 5.
It might have already been Joe at that time.
I don't.
Which there's some fucking tracks on Joe's record too.
The fest ended up getting shut down before all of the Lock and Out bands could play, which was for me, truly devastating.
Right.
The entire fest moved to a local kid's basement, and it was Mental, Righteous Jams, and fuck.
Did you get in?
Yo, fuck yeah, I got in.
Okay.
Dude, Mental covered Youth of Today.
So that was the best moment of your life.
Yeah, and you know what's cool is I think I asked Morgado about it, and he said that that was talked about in their circles about
how sick that show was.
Yeah, how because it was a bummer.
Yo, that little fucking nerd going crazy for the Youth of the Day cover was insane.
It was Can't Close My Eyes. I'll never forget.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it may have been the wrong side who covered it actually, and not Mental, but one of them did. They literally did a thing where they just
Yeah,
DFJ was sat the entire time, and everyone just switched around him. The GOAT.
They set the standard for me, basically. Yeah. What's next for you? Because that was mine, right?
Oh yeah, that was yours. Sorry, I took that.
That's all good.
Took it for a walk. This is a good one.
Okay.
Somebody commented on the thing, Wolverine Blues by Entomb, which is a great answer. The it's fucking awesome. Yeah. The Converge cover of it. Dude. Amazing. But my pick is actually the Left Hand Path, the song.
Title track bit.
Harm's Way, on that first tour with Taylor in Europe, we introed. It was either that one or the second one, but either way, we introed. You know the post.
Yeah.
There's like the wow, 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 and then the solo. Saba learned the whole solo.
Of course he did.
And we just played down, played the whole thing straight into a No Gods No Masters song that like lined up really well with it, and it was pretty fucking cool.
Wow.
To the point where we were practicing it, and a dude who we saw around like knocked on our door and he was like, "Is that in tune?"
You guys are killing it. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. So,
No, that's cool.
That, not hardcore at all, but just like one of the is like so mean, and then the palm mute part.
Scary.
Oh, scary. Yeah.
The magic of getting together with your boys and being like, let's do a live intro. You know?
Yeah. How fun.
Taylor hates me.
What?
He's just not. I send him the wackiest shit to the point where he just doesn't even respond anymore. if I start talking about like we should cover this, he doesn't respond. Or he goes, what? I don't understand what. He said this to me the other day. He said, I don't understand why you think this way. And I'm just like,
What's the wackiest one?
I think my response was, I'm just having a good time.
What's the wackiest one? Come on.
I said that when next time Twitching Tones plays Boston, we should cover the Boss Tones.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That would be, the room would explode.
Yeah.
That would be the craziest fucking thing of all time.
Dude, fucking Someday.
Yeah.
Someday.
No, I mean, I would do the impression that I get 100%.
Would you really?
Yeah, 100%.
You ever see the video of Choke playing What's at Stake with Boss Tones?
Of course.
So fucking cool.
They're the coolest band of all. I mean, the impression that I get is the greatest piece of music. Like, you know the boys with a time machine, girls with a time machine meme?
Yeah.
I'm going back to Beethoven.
Listen to this.
I'm putting on the impression that I get.
Clueless.
The impression that I get, and then I'm beating the shit out of him. And saying, you will never fucking be this.
I'm not a coward. I've just never been fucking tested.
Stomping the fuck out of him, too.
Yes.
Well, never. Beethoven. So it's on site with Beethoven straight up. Did you go? You picked one? Oh, it was Entombed.
Yeah, it was Entombed.
Okay. My next pick. Deep cut to some. Not deep to very few. A foundational band for me. Deep cut for even them. This is Sam Black Church.
Yeah.
The song is called The Alien.
Okay.
This is another one of those things where I don't want to put it on here because I want to steal it someday.
Gotcha.
So I'm not going to describe it. If you care, you can go hear it. If you don't, I'm going to steal it.
Sam Black Church is a band that missed me entirely.
Yeah.
Which I think is probably not surprising.
It's not in your blood, Bo.
But I remember when us and you guys played Metal Fest. They played the big room, and all of you guys were so pumped.
Yeah, you were watching me watch them with tears in my eyes, probably.
I was outside. I wasn't watching shit. I was hanging out outside. But I was really happy for you. But I remember like checking them out and being like, yeah, that's just... Aren't there horns?
No, there's no fucking horns. Yeah, that's Doggy Dog. You would hear Sam Black Church today and be like, what was I thinking? This is the sickest band of all
maybe
time.
I need to dive in. Yeah.
I could one song in, you'd be like, this is everything I've ever wanted.
Okay.
Clean. It's like...
The logo is cool.
It's straight up like Bad Brains meets Slayer meets Blue Scale.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds like Entombed. but
like from but like Boston.
But like I get it. I get
like
it.
Boston, you know?
Yeah, I'll check it out. I like
All right, man. for sure.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's just
what's your next
me.
pick?
Oh my god, so sensitive. This is we had Earth Crisis on the last list.
Boy, did we.
We did not have Path of Resistance.
Oh.
Path of Resistance is another band. Who Dares Wins is the record. When that, like, I think Carl told us that everyone on the cover is still Edge.
Yeah.
and still vegan.
Yeah, that's fucked.
I think that's what he said, if I'm not mistaken.
Couldn't be me, Carl. Shout out to you. Check out Mr. Charlie's.
There's a few good there's a few really good breakdowns on the record, but
Yeah.
See the Damage, the
Yeah, of course.
to see the damage.
That's a
And it's just
heavily
like,
ripped off part to this day.
oh yeah,
like people-
I'm sure they ripped it off from something.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny, and I think it's the song. There's a part where it's like from the no, they like alternate.
Yeah.
and Carl says the twice, but just the. It's just like,
To the. Yeah, that's
it's
cool.
very fucking funny to think about how they would coordinate that live. But Path again, like Judge and Blistered, was like the next, like, oh,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
In
Where
my
it's
circle,
like, yeah,
the like, hey, you're gonna be very straight edge because we are. That was how I grew up. Like the Fight Everyone guys were like, hey, Path of Resistance was the Cro-Mags to the Fight
Yeah.
Everyone squad.
yeah,
So it was like that was church for me because it was my homework, you know.
got you. Yeah,
Earth Crisis too, but Earth Crisis I instantly was like, oh, this was made for me.
Path is different.
Very
It's
different.
it's an interesting band, but See the Damage and Counter, those are the tracks.
I think isn't it like weren't those songs written in like no time at all too? The way he described it,
God, I don't remember.
I think it was like a on the fly type thing, which is crazy. My next pick,
yeah.
the second to last non-hardcore song on my list,
Okay.
Obituary.
Oh,
Could have gone a lot of ways here.
Yeah.
Could have gone many ways. Could have gone something non-causative. Could have gone fucking. But World Demise, title track with the fucking samples over it broke me as a kid. It broke me in half because I was trying to decipher like what the riff was. The riff in the background is like so they already had this hard ass riff.
Yeah.
And they were like, this is the mid 90s now, guys. Let's do some, and it's straight up like hip hop type samples over this Obituary breakdown where it's just like like noises, and then they go pit to pit with like a down with a fucking machine gun over it.
So sick.
It's crazy. And they knew, like, they love Marauder. You know, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that they knew what they were doing with the World Demise breakdown, and that's why I think it is deserving of the honor of being on this list. And I think that is there because of all the bells and whistles, despite them maybe having more traditional breakdown sections, this is the single hardest Obituary part.
Love that. That's a good. Yeah, I like that.
I've just
They're playing here tomorrow night with our boys Ingrown, so I'm gonna go see them.
They ain't playing that, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Not a fucking chance.
So, all right, this one I got to set up. This
Set
is
it
a
up.
breakdown.
Oh,
Okay, this is a very unconventional breakdown.
okay.
It's really a bridge, but Harm's Way is driving. It's winter. It's an early tour. I think we're in a cargo van.
Okay.
We're on, what's the bad, it's either I-8 or I-70 is the one where everybody crashes.
Colorado to
Yeah,
Salt
it's
Lake?
like Salt Lake to Denver.
yeah.
We're on the bad one, whatever the bad one is,
Yeah.
like the Bayside one, the Exploding Hearts
Yeah.
one, the Decapitated, the bad one.
Right.
We're on it because of whatever reason, and it's fucking snowy. It's
Stop
the middle of
fucking
winter.
booking shit during the winter then,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Stop going there during the winter. I'm sorry to those cities. It's not worth your fucking life to go drive from Salt Lake City to Denver in December, you know?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Anyway, James is driving. He's got on a band called Vital Remains.
Wow.
The title track of Dechristianize.
Yeah.
During the arpeggio, and then the I thought, and like I'm like in a cargo van with my hands on the seats, like watching James drive because I'm so scared.
So you're hearing this and you're thinking, this is it, and I accept it?
I'm gonna, dude. Exactly. And I'm like, dude, if we crash where all these other bands have crashed and we're listening to de-Christianize, if I'm wrong about the God thing, I'm going straight to hell.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And it was just like a pivotal, the song rocks.
Oh, yeah.
A lyric is unstoppable force of demonic supremacy.
Oh,
It's incredible.
that's what I say with my coffee every morning.
A little bit of
I hit the
cream.
button, I brew
Oat
it.
milk, please.
Yeah, I dump in my little stuff. I straight around and go, unstoppable force, demonic supremacy. Take another sip, another day, you know?
Yeah.
Looking in the mirror.
So it's not like, there's no chugs. It's not like a,
Yeah.
actually there is one guitar underneath the arpeggios and shit is going,
Which is like, that's giving it the subtle power behind there that you don't even think about. Yeah.
Exactly.
Love that.
But it's just like burned into my memory of like gray pavement, white everywhere else.
Yeah.
On the side of a mountain in a cargo van, just scared as fuck. Listening to a scary part.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a part
cool.
that could be in a show or a movie or something. It's like a scary.
That's a cool little cool anecdote. Good pick. Good pick. This next one, representing Cleveland, Ohio. In Cold Blood,
Oh.
war is waged.
Is that
Okay.
okay? Yeah.
Which, like, many people will recognize now. But that was one where I was like, oh, they might be the hardest Cleveland band. Which, like, at that time, like, me, teenager, was like,
Yeah.
I was searching for, like, this is why I think I'm authorized to have this show now, is because I would have these internal debates inside my mind when I was 15, 16. I don't think that they're the hardest one now. You know, Ringworm is the hardest one.
Mm-hmm.
Frank, if you're listening, you did it. You always do.
Quite literally.
Frank 3-Gun, Florida Frank, HardLore coming very soon. This part was what made 15, 16-year-old Colin have this internal debate inside my mind of like, what if In Cold Blood's the hardest one? Is fucking, it hits so hard. And then they immediately pick up the tempo right after.
Yeah.
And then Mushroom Head Man's voice is just so raging.
That's the weirdest.
It's so crazy.
It's such a weird.
Yo, here's the thing. Mushroom Head. Couple tracks, dude. Couple crazy mosh parts in the Mushroom Head discog. But that's neither here nor there. In Cold Blood, war is waged. That's my next pick.
Very good. This one is another hardcore band, but like one that people are gonna go, yeah, fucking finally.
Yeah.
A little band called Outburst.
Oh.
The track is No Choice.
Yeah, that's like a fucking Rock With You level intro fill, dude.
There's the Davidian intro.
Davidian intro, Rock With You, no doubt. Is it what is it? Spiderwebs?
I don't know.
That's Spiderwebs, right?
Is it? Yeah, I think so.
That, and then No Choice, Outburst.
No choice.
Those are the four great fills. Four great intro fills.
Me, Chris, and James were in a band called Few and the Proud that covered this. And like when we discovered Outburst, it like changed the direction. Like, you know how when you're writing songs and you'll the 100 Demons one, like you'll just like reference, blah, blah, blah. We had Outburst 2 because we already had Outburst 1 because we were just like.
So you had more of one thing for the first time.
Yeah.
And that just completely rechanged the focus.
Yeah.
I love like discovering a new thing and just being like, yeah, this is what we're doing now.
This is the thing.
It's awesome.
Feels great.
Yeah. Just having a new direction it's just inspiring. It's like that's why I find like I'll stop listening to music to prioritize writing music. And I'll be like, why isn't this working? And then you realize that like listening to music is the most helpful thing
Yeah.
for writing music. Just being inspired, being a fan. Once you start looking at it as anything other than like, I love this shit, so I want to make it, it fucking sucks. And No Choice was a song with that drum fill, dude.
Yeah.
That was like part of the trying to learn that is like, okay, what is each sound? Is this a snare? Is this a tom? Is this a kick? Is this all double bass?
I got you.
Like I couldn't that, and then you listen to it and then you go back now and you go, oh my God, I'm such a fucking idiot. Like it's just this. But those are these little moments, these little like you just saying that unlocked teenage me trying to play it in the living room at the pit and just figure out what was happening. Iconic.
Love it. Outburst, great band.
My next pick.
Have they?
Yes.
Okay.
They played California like a year ago.
Oh, really?
My next pick, a super group of sorts.
Democracy.
Nope. Certainly not that. Little band called Icepick.
Yeah. Okay.
Featuring Sir Jamathan Josta and Lord Isaac. Bitter, Twisted Memory.
Yeah.
Good God, dude.
What a cool band.
The coolest name.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. I bought the CD on a field trip in middle school, I think.
Holy shit.
Middle school or high, it might have been high school. I was on a field trip in high school. I had exact change for what this thing cost. The artwork was so cool that it being 162 kilobytes size printed did not affect how cool it was. You know, the low res JPEG did not make this thing any less cool. This fucking song, because Real Recognize Real was on MySpace.
Oh,
so you could hear some songs. Bitter Twisted Memory, I didn't hear for the first time until listening to the album and getting to that fucking part, the build up. Nothing but that is so like iconic Josta. And as we've said before, he is the greatest mosh scientist to ever live.
He's Albert
He is Albert Einstein of writing pit spin kick riffs. So this is just another this is a cheat way for me to put a Hatebreed song on here again. But like obviously the whole record, you have the back and forth between these two iconic hardcore frontmen. And
it's so cool and like both with unique voices. So the contrast between the two is awesome.
And like unmistakable. Like when you're listening to Real Recognize Real, there's some voices where you're like, oh, that's that guy. Like, oh, who is that? Because they sound kind of different. Like from like their classic records to their parts on Real Recognize Real. But and then Isaac comes back in the end with the fucking the Call it Brotherhood, you know, that whole shit. Yeah. And you're like, oh my God, there they are. Bitter Twisted Memory is on amongst the greatest breakdowns ever written.
I don't love guest vocal spots, particularly live.
Sure.
I don't love them. They can work. I mean, but my point is like Furnace on the Terror song, unbelievable.
Iconic.
Vogel on the Throwdown song, unbelievable.
Right.
Fucking Isaac on the Terror song.
Yeah. Josta on the E-Town song, you know, iconic.
But my point was Isaac has a voice that like I'm immediately like, it's just like one of the more recognizable voices.
Yeah.
And it works so well against Josta. And, you know,
it's a perfect yin and yang, truly. Because it's like Josta's doing the full like, Isaac's got the, it's a different register altogether. Yes. So they're straight up like doing an octave when they're singing together.
It's like it's cool dynamic.
It is literal like music. You know? Yeah. Like it's music it's like a movie. You know, it's like music to my ears when they make music.
My next one is from Assuck. It's the intro, but it's the intro to, or it's like the beginning of Salt Mine, which is just dissonant chord. Gung, 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 gung.
That like off time like the
kinda
off-time riff to the
dissonant,
drums. Yeah.
and also different to the guy who's fucking singing it at the same time as playing.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's fucked.
crazy. Assuck are so cool.
Mhm.
Like actually hardcore adjacent. There are
Yep.
pictures of them in like Youth of Today and Chain of Strength shirts and shit.
All while being called Assuck. You know?
Being called this insane name, having a record that is so good and short that I never only listened to it once.
Oh yeah, isn't that
You
cool?
know what I mean? It's so good and short that I just let it go again.
Like Return of the Mac. You know.
Dude, how many times?
You ever listen to Return of the Mac just once?
No.
Never.
How many times did we listen to it the other day?
Brother,
Where were we?
have I said this on the show that is the song? Like one time I, for fun, left Return of the Mac on for 24 straight hours and like never stopped having a good time. When it comes back in, you're like, oh! Oh! But again, Assuck, right.
What's the best improv?
Oh, it's,
My little
oh my
girl.
God!
Yeah.
Is the best ad lib.
Oh my God.
I like Once My Pearl too. Once My Pearl!
Is that what he says?
Yeah.
Once my pearl.
Once My Pearl.
Wow.
But oh my God is insane.
Oh.
Return of the Man. He just goes, oh my God! My next pick is Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison. Nah, I'm just kidding. Because that's on the best songs ever list that we'll
But
do.
yeah,
eventually.
Assuck. Yo, let's put, when we make this playlist, let's just end it.
Put Return of the Mac on.
Yeah,
You're right.
just
You're
throw
right.
it on.
It's got to be on there. That's maybe number 2 to the impression that I get of best songs of all time.
Best songs ever.
It goes impression that I get, Return of the Mac, My Way, Frank Sinatra.
Man in the Mirror.
Man in the Mirror is crazy, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, good shit. You got any more Assuck anecdotes or? You ready to
No,
move on?
but just dope band.
Yeah.
Dope band of like music I don't typically listen to. I'm not like a huge grind guy.
Sure.
But again, more to your point that you often bring up is like they're kind of writing it through a hardcore
Yes.
lens.
Through the perspective, yeah. It's fucking.
That's the melding that I.
That's
often
what's
do.
called art, brother. It's called art. Okay.
Okay.
Up next is a band that I can't believe was omitted from Volume 1.
Oh,
And I don't think that you can believe is omitted from Volume 1.
okay.
Because
God,
and
I
I
hope
think
it's not
there's a reason why.
Okay.
When you think about this band, you think about like the album experience. You know, you think about the live experience. It's tough to pin down one part of a band called Death Threat to say is among the best breakdowns.
Okay.
But to me, there's one thing in particular that makes me lose my sanity, Bo. And the song is called Never Again. Come on, dude. That's another one where I like the things I've seen grown men do to that.
Oh,
The things I, a grown man, has done. The things I, as a child, did to
Sure.
that song.
it's in your DNA. You can't help it.
I would get life in prison if this information was out there. Thank
that's
God
just-
it's not.
Systemic oppression, dude.
It is
You
the
can't- you can't
Death
help
Threat
it.
Never Again. Landmark
Threat-
band.
Yeah, for sure. Mine would be Brotherhood. The ending of Brotherhood on Last Days is like
Yeah, that's fair.
that's what I want from a hardcore band.
From a band.
I want a sing along part from with the China crash.
Yeah,
you know what I
of
mean?
course.
That's fucking awesome. But go on, sorry.
Never again. I'll kill. I like it's like okay, this might be the day, you know, where I get in trouble.
Big trouble.
So never again.
This one is so important to Harm's Way that I kind of can't believe it wasn't on there.
Wow.
It's the intro to No Exceptions by Floor Punch. Floor Punch is collectively one of our favorite, at least me, Chris, and James, collectively one of our favorite bands, period.
Yeah.
There was a point in time in early Harm's Way with like their first lineup where no matter what, if somebody put that on and you heard doom, 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 no matter what, with the exception of the driver, everyone in the van had to just beat each other up.
Oh, it's like one of those. Like you're
It
going
was
over
one of
the bench
those
and
like
whooping
van
ass.
mosh. Like,
Yeah.
got to do it. Shit would get thrown. Just like some of the fondest memories of like, this is what touring is like. Because
Oh,
it was
yeah.
so early on.
Yeah.
I could
Not
just be
knowing
silly.
that, like, oh, I have $0 and that it's
Less than
life is
zero,
good.
brother.
You know, yeah. I owe millions and life is good because Floor Punch is on.
Floor Punch is incredible. Floor Punch doesn't have a bad song.
Hateful Straight Edge
Hateful, fast, straight edge
is my favorite genre of music.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
No and no exceptions
Yeah. Yeah.
as a concept. Like,
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. There, I mean, a couple exceptions, but like, yeah, I get it. I like what he's saying. You know?
But yeah,
Teenage me is like, no fucking exceptions. You know?
What are your exceptions? What are you alluding to?
I don't know. I don't know.
What's next?
I don't know. When I'm spoiling the underrated bands episode, but perhaps the most on that list, and another band that is just so pivotal to me and the music that I make, a little band called Dying Breed.
Oh, there wasn't a lot of Troy on.
I had Stigmata in there representing for the for the whole area code, but Dying Breed is like, and again I'll tell you why, because this was the last thing on the list because it was so fucking hard to pick one part from this record.
Oh,
because it is so full stop perfect start to finish. You know,
love that.
It's like, how am I supposed to pick one thing from this? But this has the. Get on your feet. That crazy voice. I've stolen this part about 50 times, brother. So has Scott Vogel, you know?
Yeah, right.
This record was another paradigm shifting thing for me of just like how to write. Like, I don't know how these fucking guys did this.
Yeah. I love that statement about any like group of people. You know what I mean?
How did these guys do this?
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
And then seeing them play a bunch of songs at the Freedom Fest thing a few years ago that God's Hate played in Albany, where they did another band after Dying Breed called Dead and Dying. The drummer had just gotten out of jail at this show. He hopped on. They did like 7 Dying Breed songs.
Did you know they were going to do that?
We had heard tell of a thing, and it was like it's number 3 on best live things I've ever seen. It's like Bolt Thrower at the Metro, King Diamond at the Wiltern on Halloween, Dying Breed at Freedom Fest. Wow. I've definitely said this on the show before too, but the drummer jumping out off of the set into the bed of his buddy's truck and saying,
"Oh, yeah, because
can't miss curfew," and then like skirting off after was just like so full, perfect experience of what you want from this band. This is the one part I would encapsulate to say like, hey, this is the single hardest like part in a song, but even that is so small compared to the scope of this absolutely perfect record. And that I believe is being re-released soon by A389. Awesome. So look forward to that.
That's such a cool story.
Just like that's hardcore, you know?
Yeah.
That's the real shit.
Yeah. That's similar to Terror doing Dead of Birth with Aaron at Sound of Fury.
That was incredible.
Yeah. When we like, because Vogel like told us like early in the day.
Yeah.
Remember? And it was like, oh, like
he's like, we're doing it. So we were fucking front and damn center.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a beautiful moment. What's next for you?
This one is the last metal one for sure. And
my next one is my last metal one.
Yeah, there you go. Decapitated.
Okay.
Spheres of Madness.
They got a lot of pits, man.
They got a lot of pit parts when this was probably the first like heavy earworm for me. When I was like young and heard it, it was just like that rhythm never left my brain.
Okay.
Bennett, 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 Bennett,
Yeah.
Bennett, Bennett, and then knowing that they were like kids who
Right.
were just like crazy musicians in Poland.
Yeah.
And
They probably
you know,
just like, they don't know what they liked. They're just like, this sounds cool.
this sounds cool. Yeah. And we're like crazy.
I always
talented
wonder
kids.
what people who innovate genres get that stuff from, you know? How did they know how to do that?
Why didn't we ask Joss to that?
Yeah. It's true.
Shit.
I don't even think he would just be like, I don't know. That's my Jasta.
I really like killing time.
Yeah, I who knows? Like the anatomy of where these things come from is so fascinating that it all goes back to fucking Day Tripper, dude. I'm telling you.
I refuse to relent.
The first breakdown ever is down. No. That's the first one, dude. So go back there.
It would be cool to find the first patterned like open E breakdown.
Yeah. Like, was that?
Raining Blood is. It's one of them. That's like one of the.
That's
first,
true.
Like, gung, 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 gung,
That is
gung.
true.
I don't know.
Because
what
I mean that
prior.
was like people said Firestorm
Yeah.
just sounded like Raining Blood,
right.
you know? And it's like
Right.
you look at so much has happened since then that you wouldn't even think to compare the two.
Yeah. Oh,
But
yeah,
but looking at
well
that
said.
then it's like, oh no, this is the only other thing that sounds like this, which is crazy.
I would love if you know of an earlier open just chug pattern breakdown bridge part that exists prior to Raining Blood. Let us know. I would love to know one.
Yeah.
Is it my turn? No.
That was
It's
yours.
yours.
Mine is the last metal band on my list. I was adjacent to it last time, and I think we might have even brought it up.
Okay.
Celtic Frost,
Oh,
Progeny.
dude.
That hits like a fucking bullet, dude.
Do you know? Here's a deep cut for you. I can't hear that song without "It's Not Taylor" from your fucking Vine.
Oh
days,
yeah,
By
I
the
forgot
way,
about that. Sorry, man.
how much long after? It's been like 15
years, yeah.
I still can't not hear it. But
Sorry.
explain the part.
They're building to this for like 5 minutes, dude.
Yep.
And then that part that finally hits is like the chorus. So this song is long, right?
It's like 7 or 9 minutes or
So
something.
they're building to this fucking chorus forever with the intro and then the second thing. And then this big ass chorus finally hits that straight up just like dun 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 dun.
Damn.
And it really, really, really just hits exactly like you're listening to the song and you're like, well, they're not gonna do that.
yeah.
And then they do it.
Right.
You know the meme of like the stick figure drinking coffee?
Yeah.
Like he'll never be drinking that gourmet shit. And then
Dude, so when they play that part, the dun gung gung gung, because here's what's cool is it does your favorite thing too is that's the verse. Dun,
Yeah.
dun 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 dun, right?
yes.
The bend is them hitting the string really hard.
Yeah,
and it
there's
bends out of tune.
there's no like
nothing.
no bat wing there or anything. It's just natural. That's a big ass string and it's gonna bend.
And that was very Harm's Way does that on a song called New Beginnings
Right.
on Isolation.
Right.
I just hit the fuck out of the string when we were recording it, and it bent out of tune, and it sounds
That's
awesome.
exactly what you wanted. We need to stop for a second. I'm gonna shit myself. Pardon this interruption. This episode is brought to you by Athletic Greens, and we're here to talk to you about AG1.
AG1.
Bo, tell me about your journey with AG1 so far.
I'm running low, so I'm sweating it. This is gold for me right now.
Oh,
you know?
man.
We got to get a re-up.
We do have to get a re-up, and you know they're going to give it to us because they knew that we
Yeah, they
need
knew.
this
They
dietary daily supplement.
I start off every day on an empty stomach with AG1, and I take my little vitamin D drops in there, and I'm very sensitive. I never get a tummy ache. I'm not saying this will happen for everyone. I'm just saying for me, no tummy ache, no nausea, no nothing. It's a good way to start my day. I like to fast as it is. And it makes me feel like, okay, I'm getting this in. I'm getting my vitamins in.
See, I forget I'm no good with vitamins. So it'll be 5, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
and I'll find myself thinking like, why do I feel so poopy all of a sudden? And then I'll see my gorgeous green canister sitting on the counter, and I'll go, "Oh my god, my AG1."
I haven't done it. Yeah.
This is not. People think we're like shilling out or whatever, like Wayne's World style or something. But like, we do not accept ads that we don't agree with or use.
That's just really sad.
They had to convince us.
Yeah.
To like it was a mutual thing where they fought for us, and then we were like, okay, we accept, because we have found it so physically beneficial to us and our terrible bodies with our terrible diets.
You truly have the best sum up, which I'll do while you're gulping, is you don't necessarily notice when you take it, feeling any one which way. However, when you don't take it,
When you forget, it's like, oh wow, this is how I felt before this, huh?
Yeah.
This is, my body has just been begging me for this one thing this whole time. AG1.com. athleticgreens.com/HardLore.
HardLore, yeah.
You get 5
of these.
free travel packs of AG1.
That's
you
5
can go
days.
anywhere. You got your daily supplement with you.
And
It's just a little powder you pour it into this gorgeous bottle, mix it in any bottle of water. Delicious.
and you get a year's supply, which I believe is this whole tincture
Yeah.
of the D3 plus K2 vitamin.
Vitamin
600
D.
servings in this little bottle.
That's like 2 years, right? Basically. So that's a liberal year. It is also whatnot time.
Whatnot.
Oh my God.
I'm a believer.
I'm
now.
obsessed.
Yeah. I didn't get it. 4 months ago, 5 months ago, I didn't get it. Then we
Well, just
started
the
doing
concept
it.
was a little lost on you, right?
Yes, kind of
That
got.
it's Twitch meets Cameo meets eBay.
It really is.
It is the best place to buy and sell any kind of memorabilia. Realistically, Lars Fredriksson is on there.
You know who else is on there?
Brody King,
My favorite person.
Danhausen, All Ego, Ethan Page.
Wow.
Tons of people. The tons of different products, toys, cards, games. Now it's the best place to buy and sell hardcore vintage memorabilia. Realistically.
Yeah, of course. Shirts, vinyl.
So be sure to join us at the end of every month. I think our policy is pretty much the last Friday of every month
Yeah.
is HardLore Whatnot Day. It's going to be the only place where you can buy certain HardLore shirts. We're going to always have old stuff from our bands and our friends' bands, records, rare stuff. You can come, you can bid, you can hang out, and you basically watch a 2-hour-ish live HardLore episode that is never seen again.
Mm-hmm. And we typically do around 10 items each, so that's a lot of stuff you can get. We do giveaways, we do all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of fun.
So click the link in the description for $15 off your first purchase, and it's also Manscaped time, baby. We've been
got
scaping men for months now.
we got our packages coming. I can't wait.
Oh, that body
We got
wash.
some body wash coming. I'm staying thick as thieves with the crop preserver and the
You're
Reviver.
preserved and I'm revived.
Yeah.
I'm living deliciously since Manscaped came
You
into my
are
life, you know?
Black Phillip living life.
That's me, man. I
Enjoying
smell
the taste of
great.
butter.
I smell
Yeah.
good. My balls are barely balls, you know? Might as well be my elbow at this point. It's all one thing, and that's thanks to Manscaped. So use code HardLore for 20% off plus free shipping.
Yes. I was just going to say, we kind of have a golden ticket. I've tried a myriad of products. I've yet to even find a thing where I'm like, like everything. I'm like, oh, this smells great. Like
Every single Manscaped product that we get sent is like, yeah, I could use this forever.
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Yeah, I could keep this in stock for the rest of my days on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So we hope that you feel the same. And, our goal is to get you 20% off those things and free shipping.
Free shipping.
So you use code HardLore, you scape your man. If you buy it for your partner, your ex, if you want to fuck with them.
Dad.
Your dad.
I sent my dad an extra lawnmower that I had gotten from Manscaped.
Lord knows dad's balls be stankin'. And this is the only remedy. Okay? Bo's dad's balls needed this. And thank God his son has a podcast where he could make that a reality.
I love you, Dad.
Back to the episode.
Yeah. Okay, so it's my turn.
Yes.
So this is number 15, right? This is the last of.
Oh,
For
is
me.
it? I have one more after this.
Yeah, you have one more because I went. I went first. So Turning Point are probably the best youth crew band, who then turned into like an alt rock band, kind of by the end.
And then every one of those fuckers followed that pipeline till that. They just think that you have to start as a youth crew band and then you have to just be a rock band.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
The only one who really does it is Walter.
Right.
And Richie, let's be honest.
Yeah, but that's the guy.
Dude. I had an Into Another song on here, but I realized it's not really like it's just a part I like. It's not really like a mosh.
Right. God, Richie is the fucking...
He's the man.
He's like the best singer of all time.
He's the coolest.
Richie, if you're listening.
We'll talk about him in a minute.
Oh, my God. Oh, will we?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So Turning Point to Lose was a song that mine and Chris's youth crew band used to cover a lot. And it's just got cool like harmonic things. I just like liked the song, but the intro was very, and that's another one where it's like boom boom da ticka ticka ding ga goom goom da ticka, like it's very
just
busy.
Swagged out. Yeah.
It's not moshy, but they're fucking actual musicians in that band. They were insane.
Right.
And it's just like interesting and cool. And it used to be like the part that always went off for our sets. Honorable mention to Broken. That was the other one I was going to choose. The bass line is
not for me.
Interesting.
But for many, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that you're not a Turning Point guy because of your musicianship. You know what I mean? And like they're a
just miss me.
A hardcore musicians band kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I get it.
You know what I like?
What's that?
I like Cave In, Bo. You know? That's maybe why I'm not a big Turning Point guy.
Gotcha.
I'm different. Little song. Here's they did fucking hard band to alt rock band pipeline.
Like almost the most polarized.
And to me, I listen to this record and I think there's no reason to do this again. So yeah, make alt rock. The song is called Juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
This is another one of those war crime type tracks, Bo. Like the things I've seen, the UN have since sanctioned. You know, like you can't do those things anymore to this song. Oh my God. And then around it is straight up like circus riffs.
Yeah, it very strange.
They ain't afraid to hit you with because then they go they'll fuck you up, dude, with that shit. And then
that reminds me of the Promise song that we talk about.
That is a crazy riff, dude.
It's a crazy riff.
Crazy. But yeah, Cave In, Juggernaut. Amazing. That's all it takes for me. Just do that.
That's a good pick. I'm really curious to see your top 5.
Oh, it's so dope, dude.
All right. Here's mine. I went originally with Zero Tolerance by Typo.
Oh.
Gotta pick act in the truck. Love that fucking part.
To get it real shit. Yeah.
You know, I love that part. It's so like the pickup part. It's fucking amazing. I think that's what I said was my favorite Typo pit. And I think you did.
Specifically the live version.
Yeah, the live version is unbelievable. Except I hate the accent.
I love it.
The English accent, I just don't like.
I love it. But we've established that.
Yeah. But I went with Gravity.
Okay. Straight up Gravity?
The breakdown to Gravity.
Dun 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 dun.
No, I'm sorry. The I got a problem word.
Yeah, that's a fucking classic.
And then the whoa, back into the skank part.
I mean, hey, you're preaching.
I know.
You're preaching to the circus, brother.
And that's probably Twitching Tongues covering that and that being out on the Sleep Therapy re-release is what reignited my realization of how incredible
It's a perfect
That song.
song. That's the song that made me a fan of my favorite band.
Yeah. No,
That's how good it is, you know?
Love You to Death was the one that did that, and then Gravity was the one that was like,
Yeah.
it was like where I realized like, oh yeah, he did write fucking agnostic front songs.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
Oh,
That
you're
was the
sick
where I was like,
fuck, man.
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's good shit. It's
Gravity.
yeah. I mean, that's like a pick I wouldn't have thought to make, but that counts.
If I ever got, I mean, obviously it'll never happen. I don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
But if I ever got a chance to see Typo with Peter, you know,
Yeah.
and they played all of that song,
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be my war crimes. Like where I just wouldn't be able to stand still.
See, I was like, the Carnivore AD thing at This Is Hardcore the one year.
Yeah.
I was in the pits the whole time.
How was it?
It was badass because it was like
it?
even if it's not a different guy, I'm still seeing a cover band of like songs I'll never get to see otherwise. You know?
I got you. Did they play Typo songs or was it only
No,
Carnivore?
it was all Carnivore. So I was whooping ass, dude.
Didn't they get a guy who kind of like looked
He
like
looked
Peter,
like
too?
him, yeah.
Yeah.
And he shouted out. He was like, we're all here because of Pete Steele. So like, shout out Pete.
I mean, that's dope. You
Yeah.
know, whatever.
It's fun. It's all fun. So this is my last pick before our top five, our top five.
Oh, did we go out of order? Because that was my number 5.
Yeah, I told you I had one more. That was your number 5.
Yeah.
So I'll do my next one and then I'll go into my number 5.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Right before my top 5, the best, maybe aside from Caven, like from that era, like New England metalcore band.
Yeah.
Who like the new wave of metalcore that started like Killswitch, Shadows Fall, all those. Before then was a band called Overcast.
Oh.
The song is called 7 Foot Grin. And before the chorus of this song is just an insane pit part.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
I don't know it. I don't know the song at all.
we all know, like, it's Brian, the singer of Shadows Fall, sang in Overcast.
Yeah.
And like, he has a legendary, insane voice.
Mm-hmm.
And before the chorus of the part, the music stops and he just says, "As I grip your neck and twist." And and it just comes in, and it's insane. And then they eventually re-recorded the entire thing, and it's like maybe better for the first time ever in the history of re-recordings.
Wow, yeah, that does not happen.
Overcast, so many tracks that I was like, how the fuck did I not put Overcast first time around? Do you know how many people I'm about to put onto Overcast with this pick? I'm about to put you on. You're going to listen to this and be like, this is the shit.
Yeah. I don't know the song.
Good God. So 7 Foot Grin. So I'll go into my number 5 now since you just did yours. My number 5. Only Living Witness.
Yeah. I think I said on the previous one, like, how is that not on there? But
Because I would have to pick one pit, you know?
Yeah.
But when I put my brain to it, this was an easy.
Okay.
Voice of Disrepair.
What's the part?
With the fucking dude, a vibra slap is Marauder and Only Living Witness and me have made the vibra slap.
Hard.
It is a tool of war, dude. It is a signal of battle.
It's like the dark brother of a China.
It is. It might as well be an 808, but like scarier because it's like an 808 is just like, oh, this is a breakdown. A vibra slap is like, oh my god, a snake.
There's a snake.
Yeah, and that's why I might die, so I better start killing.
Yeah.
And this to me is like a band who is like kind of peripherally moshy, you know?
Yeah.
Or like the songs are hard all the way through, but the moments aren't necessarily like, oh, this is the part to kill. This is the fucking part to kill.
This is the
like,
part to kill.
Nineva's got one. December's kind of hard the whole time.
The whole time, dude.
But this part, like
And
as a singular pit
and
part.
the title track too. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a whole you're moshing the whole time. But Voice of Disrepair pit.
Yeah.
Game over.
It's a great part, and the vibra slap is
fucking insane. And when they reunite, that's the thing is like the way that I had to participate for LOA at FYA, you know, was like, okay, I've been stealing from them. I've been doing their thing for 15 years. I have to show them respect.
I owe them club dues.
I owe Only Living Witness dues at this point. So like when they play this part, I'm sure it's going to be me and some 50-year-old men stabbing each other. And I accept that that's how it's got to end, you know?
Yeah. Wow.
What's number 4?
Number 4 for me is by Underdog.
Wow.
And this one has like a story. It's very nostalgic for me. Underdog rocks. Underdog. Dude, Richie's unbelievable. Underdog.
He's got
not even his best band. You know what I mean? Like, think about that.
scientifically true. Yeah.
You know? I love Underdog. And I've as we've often said, if you skip the reggae shit on Bad Bunny's records, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, I love the reggae shit.
I love the reggae shit. Song's called Mass Movement. Here's the thing. It starts off reggae, goes into a hardcore song, like it goes into that.
That's pretty good.
And thank you. And then goes back into the reggae part.
Yeah.
After the fast part, right? Underdog played Burning Fight Fest at the Metro a really long time ago.
It was like 05 or something?
Yeah, something like that. No, I was out of high school.
Maybe.
It was like 08.
Burning
07,
Fight?
08 or 9, like around then. Yeah. I have the fucking poster on my wall, but anyway, they're playing. They're playing. Richie sounds fucking amazing.
Of course, he's God.
Voice
He's
is
literally God. I don't know.
Yeah, it's literally incredible. And I'll never forget. I was on the balcony watching. I had gotten my eye busted during Ringworm, so I was like afraid. I had like a huge shiner, and I just whatever. So I was like watching, and I vividly remember people preemptively skanking to going back
during
into
the
reggae
reggae
park.
Oh, okay, wow.
No, going like into it, like knowing that it was coming, and people were just like dancing.
Yeah,
it wasn't like hard, but it was just like like I had a mass movement, like moment. I had a mass moment where I was like, holy shit, like I get it. I understand why this all fit together.
Yeah, like everybody gets that. Everybody's on the same page.
The coolest.
Sure. Yeah, agreed.
And then Killing Time played, and it was fucking unbelievable.
Bloodbath, I'm sure. Okay, my number 4. And I've had a bit of a renaissance with this band.
Ooh.
Lately, there was one episode where we talked about Leeway, and it was like, yeah, like I love Leeway. I just don't like actively listen to it a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
I had Leeway on here briefly.
And then I put Desperate Measures on just to be like, do I still love this?
Yeah.
Good God.
Boy, do I.
Do I ever. The song, my number 4 is called Stand For. And the reason this part hits so hard is because it is otherwise a completely melodic song. It might as well have been like a radio rock hit.
Right.
The verse is like, doom, get down, get down,
yeah.
Tell me about it. Very melodic chorus, and everything halts. And then you get a big fill into dun 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 dun, and like for no other reason than just like we're a hardcore. Oh yeah, you forget, motherfuckers forget we're a hardcore band. You have to kill to this.
Yeah,
and that like the context of this happening in like a kind of regular rock song is what makes this stand out. Is so fucking hard. Like it was unexpected mosh part I could have put. You know, you could put fucking Rise and Fall intro or whatever.
Yeah.
But this is the single hardest Leeway breakdown. Scientifically speaking.
Purely science.
Purely science.
It's great. What's next? Two. I have my next 2 in a row are just like some of my most formative bands that I can't believe were omitted.
My next one is the formative band.
Yeah. Okay. Little band called No Warning.
Oh, wow.
That we just like, and they have a lot. There's so many. And I have talked about it, but it wasn't, I double checked, it wasn't on the list. My favorite No Warning song is No Time For You. I love when it's after the first verse and it's no time for down. It's a little slower on the record.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
It just made it. I remember thinking like, oh wait, this is a poignant point to what we're talking about. Is like, oh, this is a part that you can mosh to that isn't the mosh part. Like that isn't the breakdown.
See, and that so that's like I almost have a beef with that because of like I love No Warning. You know, I love them. And like again, I knew what they were doing while they were doing it, and because I liked I liked all the things that they liked.
Right.
They got so many people into those things, but No Warning started this era to me. And again, I say this out of respect because I celebrate the whole discog of bands not wanting to be too hard. You know?
Oh, but then they give you the
they do. No, they do. They all the time they do.
But I got
but
you.
some bands wanted to be No Warning so bad
I got you.
that they never actually did full like you know, they did like got to like that was as hard as they got.
I got you.
So No Warning was the only one of those bands that I think ever made it work. The rest of them, shame on you for forever wanting to do this, you know? There's nothing I hate more than a half-hard band.
I know what you mean.
And again, like Typo created some of the worst dog shit ever by association, you know? Like the runoff of any of that, the worst dog shit ever. Meshuggah. Bands that want to be Meshuggah, worst dog shit ever. You know,
dude. Think about what Roots did.
The bands that want to be Roots, the worst dog shit ever.
Or like the first Soulfly record.
So it's crazy. It's weird to think about. You hear No Time for You, you go like, yo, this is fucking hard. This song's incredible.
Yeah.
And then any band that tries to do it is just so pathetic.
Interesting. Very interesting. Good point.
But I don't want to reduce No Time for You because
no.
Because see, like we just saw them do this at fucking Disturbing the Peace, and to this day, it's like God damn, hits like a hammer.
That part is unbelievable.
My World.
The fact, actually, you know what? I didn't pick Scratch the Skin off of Suffer Survive, and that's actually now that I'm thinking about it, that's actually crazy. So it just goes to show you that like my go-to part is like, oh, this part.
There's on anything they've put out, there's a part you could pick that.
Yeah.
Like My World on the first one is iconic. And again, that's one of those things you hear that and you go, yo, No Warning is the shit. And then you hear bands do the No Warning thing and you go, stop doing the No Warning thing.
Yeah.
It was so crazy how unique they were by doing all these things that, like, they were an amalgamation of all these things that already existed, but were so unique to, it's crazy. Wow. Great band. And that just goes to show, like, that's a landmark band of an era for those reasons.
You just kind of blew my mind.
Bands that come around and change shit.
Yeah. And that should not be replicated or attempted.
It cannot be done. So don't do it. So my number 3, the first hardcore band I ever heard, the first hardcore song I ever heard. This was the first moment of music in my life that I remember. Grimlock, Mountain of Power. Wow. The intro to this song is the first music I remember hearing in my life.
That can't be true.
It is true. Like when I think back, I don't remember hearing other things. Like it would just be on peripherally. I didn't take an interest in music until I took an interest in this, you know?
Oh, okay.
I was literally 5 or 6.
You've seen Willy Wonka, like you've heard.
Yeah, of course. I was 5 or 6 years old. So it was like Star Wars theme and Grimlock Mountain of Power.
Your iPod at the time.
It would have been Ghostbusters
Aladdin.
theme, Star Wars theme, Grimlock Mountain of Power. I was so young. And that's the thing is people are confused. People are confused when I say I got into hardcore via hardcore.
Yeah.
Because I heard it first. It was like the first thing that stuck with me. Obviously, I took some different paths after that, checking out fucking Linkin Park and shit after, because that was what was on and popping.
Yep.
And our boss's Slipknot came around at a very formative time. But before all that was Mountain of Power. Like the mountain, like going back every single domino in my life, the main one that led to me sitting in this chair talking to you is Grimlock Mountain of Power. Taylor Young.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Taylor Young hearing it via Matt Grippo living it in our older brother's car, and Taylor Young needing to be like, Colin, listen to this. Is HardLore. You know, that's it. I don't think it's on Spotify.
Oh, bummer.
So that'll be it'll be impossible to put it on here, but the Ruckus cover of it is. So
we'll throw
that on there. Yeah. Right.
Amazing.
What's your number?
I love that story. I wonder, you are surely one of very few who can say something like that.
Who got into hardcore from hardcore?
Through hardcore, yeah.
Yeah, and that's like people are like, don't trust a hardcore kid that like didn't get into punk first or whatever. But I didn't have the option.
Yeah,
I heard punk second. You know, I heard punk after I heard Grimlock.
You got into punk like fifth.
Fifth, yeah, and then. Whenever you tell somebody from New England, like, yeah, Grimlock is one of my favorite bands, they'd be like, what? What do you mean? Why? But now they're you know, people know Grimlock. People fuck with Grimlock. I see the shirts out. I see the bootleg shirts out there. I got the real one.
Is nice.
Taylor has had songs of self at gmail.com his entire like the second Gmail went up, Taylor was like, better get songs of self, you know?
Well, don't email Taylor.
Don't email. No. I mean, if you hit him up, if you want inquire about a recording. But other than that, leave him alone.
All right.
Songs of self at beep.com. Yeah. What's your next? What's your number 2?
Yeah, and my number 2. Very formative indeed.
Okay.
Carry On, Off My Chest.
Oh my God.
That's how you want it. Skin it, stand it.
You fucking got this song. Much like a PG-13 movie, where you can say fuck one time. Carry On established this rule that like fast straight edge bands could have one big, like kind of dumb mosh part. You know,
dude. Dun, gun, gun,
is insane in any context
of
it's so fucking hard.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Carry On is so fucking awesome. A Life Less Plagued is so important to me.
Yeah. Oh, same. And that's like one of the most covered in California. In that time, I've seen that covered as much as you've seen fucking like Where Eagles Dare or something, you know?
No shit.
Like people be covering Off My Chest like they be covering Minor Threat.
Yeah.
And every time was like, fuck yeah, they're doing it. I got to get in there.
I love that record. It was actually hard to pick apart for this record, but like when I was going through Spotify and it was like similar bands, and I was like, oh, Carry On. And then it was just like, oh, you see the words and you're like, oh, well,
though you said that and I had like goosebumps.
Yeah. I forgot to say when I said the Floor Punch song, No Exceptions, I literally have No Exceptions - Floor Punch in parentheses chills, because while I was listening to it, I got chills.
Isn't that awesome? So I again like we did with Volume 1, I did the same thing before putting all these on my list.
Yeah.
And I made sure I got the feeling from them, you know? And every time I got the feeling.
Dude. Yeah, so Carry On.
Off My Chest is
unbelievable.
Great pick. Amazing pick. Holy shit. God, that fucking part. Okay. We're getting down to the wire here.
Dude, I just realized that during that part, he says fuck in every lyric. That's how you want it. You fucking got it.
Off my fucking...
At least it's fucking off my fucking chest.
That's bad. I mean, he's pissed, man.
The best.
He's got to get it off his chest.
Listen.
Vintage TXJ, dude.
Oh, the man.
Yeah. My number 2, a modern classic.
Ooh.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
I think this is a hardcore part that will be covered far beyond the lives of any of the members of the band. I think they did it. the Downpresser intro.
Yeah. After part 1, I saw comments that it wasn't on there.
And even I was like, how could I do that to my boys? You know?
Yeah.
Because again, like Downpresser is, I feel like Dan and I have had these moments where each other is playing, where like Twitching Tongues will be playing or Downpresser will be playing. And like the other will be like singing along or participating in some way, where like our minds are in such dark places at these times. But we lock eyes on each other in these moments and have this this visceral feeling of like, all right, I got Dan. I'm good. You know? And like he's always got me when Downpresser's playing. I know all them fucking words, all them big old words, all them thesaurus.com ass lyrics. But aside from those, this needs none of that because the Downpresser intro is pure fucking mayhem. Every time.
There's something so cool about like it happened a lot with Plexiglass Gate. When we would see when we talked to other people at the fest, when we talked about the fest afterwards, and people would be like, oh, they play Plexiglass, you know what I mean? There's something so cool about the one song that a band has where it's like, oh, they played it. And like, of course they're going to play the intro.
Yeah.
Downpresser is going to play the intro, but like, I love the cue
of like, here you go,
here it is,
dun, dun, dun,
and then everyone
like,
dies.
You hear woo every time,
1,000 times,
1,000 woos per Downpresser intro.
What was the one Sound and Fury thing they did where they played the intro and then played a song and then played the intro again?
I think it was like intro. Somebody got KO'd, played a song, played intro and the song, and then stopped.
It's the best.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah.
All right.
What's
your
number one?
Your number one.
This one's a little out of the box, but it's really not. This was one of the most listened to, watched, popular breakdowns of all time. Of the 90s. Dominated. It's one of the heaviest parts ever, and it is introed by some of my favorite lyrics that go a boom dap da nap da ipa.
Are you serious?
The Freak on a Leash breakdown. Oh god. Dude, don't. Really listen. There's a key change.
I wish I had like a clown honking sound I could
Dude, that's ridiculous. It is so fucking heavy. I don't care about Korn. I accept if you're not into that.
Are you talking about dun, 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 dun,
and then it goes, then there's a key change where the something is lower. It is, it's so fucking heavy. Sonically, it's incredible. I see you looking around and just like that. But
here's the thing, like my number one pick for this is like as wacky as that in a different way.
Okay.
So I'm not judging you. It's just not my.
I understand, but I guarantee you there are going to be people who are like, I'm with Bo on this.
Well, of course there are.
That part, if you're shaking your head right now, pause this very briefly. Go listen to that part.
You're gonna get. I mean,
turn it up.
I'm
put
sure
your headphones on.
90% of people listening to this are like, yo, the guy that put all the Floor Punch songs and the Turning Point song ended his list with fucking Korn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
My top 5 is not necessarily in order. I would not put
mine was 100% in order.
Okay. Mine wasn't necessary. I would not put Freak on a Leash over Gravity. You know what I mean? But I wanted a surprise.
What you said. Okay. You wanted a gimmick. You wanted a gimmick.
I just
finish.
I wanted one to go wow. But
you hit me with a Dusty Rhodes finish on this top 5 here. Freak on a Leash.
Baby.
Okay.
What do you got? Give me what?
I don't even know if you know this song.
Okay.
I don't even know
if you heard Freak on a Leash.
Yeah, no, I have. I don't know that anybody knows this song. You know, it's in some circles it's legendary. In many, it is a very acquired taste. You know.
Okay.
The band is from Germany.
Okay.
They're called World Collapse.
Oh, dude. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
The
dude.
song is
Another amazing vocal guest spot.
a Scott
Please
Vogel
continue.
guest spot recorded into a MacBook.
Dude, I was literally thinking about this just the other day. I'm sorry. Talk about the breakdown. We'll get into that. Because I guarantee you're right. I bet you people don't know about this band.
I'm about to put some motherfuckers on to World
Dude.
Collapse. And let me tell you about this part. This band is like Madball meets Depeche Mode.
I would say those two, and then plus like him, kind of.
Yeah.
You know?
But
Or
I think
like where him
I
was-
think the Depeche Mode stuff covers that, you know?
Yeah.
The voice and stuff like the how you know.
Yeah.
The oh god, dude, that's another insane pit. They got pits, man. But Second Life is
Yeah.
a journey.
Yeah.
Scott Vogel sings the second verse. He recorded it into a MacBook.
Once again.
I don't know
Dude,
what he's.
it's like peak vocal.
It's
too.
crazy. Yeah.
Like his voice sounds so good sang into a MacBook. And just wasn't it just like
I think he was
Like,
just
okay,
on
do
the
it.
bus, like
yeah.
just recording the part. But the breakdown of this song
Yeah.
has so many like layers and pieces to it. And like the key changes like 3 times.
Mm. Yeah, right.
It's like
right,
it's
right.
like key change. That's so hard to pull off.
That's Beyonce. That's fucking
It's straight up like
not the one for you.
it's some straight up like people who have pulled this off. Whitney Houston, World Collapse. That's it. You know, that's it. This is not to me. I'm not trying to like do a gotcha with a deep cut here.
No.
This is a song that I cannot listen to one time.
Yeah.
I have to listen to it 5 times and rewind this part and just laugh.
I literally listened to the vocal spot like it's like perfect.
And it's a
He
fucking
sounds
Mac.
so fucking
It
good.
sounds so
It's-
fucked up and awesome. And the song is just like, you're going to be listening to this like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is
where did this come from? Because they did kind of, I remember when it came out, I want to say that when it came out, I was already into Suffer Survive. So I like got it. You know what I mean? Like there was like there was already, that bridge was already there for me. And they were just like the weird Euro. Because what bands were they in prior to World
I
Class?
think maybe some like True Blue
or something? Yeah.
like some of those do. Like the Kitzel squad. Kitzel would know. Kitzel, who was
Yeah.
in World Collapse?
The Ice or something? Like it was,
No, not
it was-
the dude. The Ice is badass.
Yeah, I know.
The Ice was one of those bands where when we played with the Ice a few times and I like ended up talking to them being like, dude, I love you guys. And they were like, Americans come here and say that all the time. I don't believe you. And I was like, I'll buy a shirt right now. So I bought an Ice shirt and I wore it the entire tour just to be like, I swear to God, I fuck with you.
Yeah.
But World Collapse is, it's like
It was like
straight
a
up,
s- a super group,
it's
right?
it's kickback World Collapse in terms
Yeah.
of European hardcore to me.
Interesting.
And they still got tracks. They might be coming back with a new lineup soon. I might know a little bit about it. I might be able to tell you more soon if you catch my
Flex.
drift.
You look fucking ridiculous.
But this fucking part.
Yeah. It's awesome.
And again, you might put it on after this and be like, yeah, I don't know, that was weird.
yeah.
But you'll listen to it again, you'll still be thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then the layers will finally click and you will not I can't wait to spin kick to this someday.
I
And I've been thinking
guarantee
that.
you'll have the fucking you'll have that hook in your
Only
head.
the heavens know.
Now.
And the drums are fake as fuck and awesome.
Yeah, they are awesome. Are
Because-
they fake? They're programmed?
For sure. The downbeat, they do, and I know like a guitar player programmed these drums because the chinas are always on the downbeat. It's like dun dun dun, and I think that makes it really unique. Like the Heavens one, the dun 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 dun. It starts with China, and I think only a guitar player would think to do that. You know?
Yeah, interesting. That's very interesting.
That was fun.
Korn.
Korn and World Collapse being the one and one are a real view into the insanity that is this show and the beauty that is this show.
Should we look at some user submitted ones, some comments, and just see?
I suppose last time I was so glad that we didn't, because I was like, I'm just gonna have to be mean to them. I don't.
What if we only address the ones that we go, I can't believe I forgot?
Okay.
Does that work?
Sure.
Should I
Let's
pull
see
up
what people.
the Instagram.
Let's see what people say.
See what the folks are saying here.
Good God. Unbelievable.
All right. Here we are. Comments. 173 comments.
It's a lot.
I don't know what that is. Disembodied Bloodshed Rain.
Tons of tracks. Mine would be, I think, 7 Stitches is the disembodied track. Down, 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 down. That's a hard ass part.
Oh, this is gonna make you sad, Colin. How Can It Happen by Warning?
I think, I don't know. How can it happen?
Okay.
It's not.
I don't know. I'm bad with song titles.
Yeah, that's not.
Dude, someone said All in a Year by Comeback Kid. That's a very good. That was formative for me. For sure. It was on the demo, and when I got the demo,
Yeah, you couldn't believe that demo, huh?
I couldn't believe it. That's a good one. Someone said Slayer of Angel of Death, but we already said Slayer.
Yeah, we already said. I think we both. Did we both put Slayer?
I put Ghosts of War for sure.
I might not have put Slayer.
I don't think you did.
Wow, Volume 3, I get to put Slayer. That's fun.
Oh, here's a good one. Ragman, My World.
Dude, Ragman has tons of parts on that record that could qualify.
What you gonna do about it? Dude, that part.
Super group.
And then it picks up. Woo!
Ragman record.
And then they
Check out the
cover
Ragman.
Territory by
Yes.
fucking Sepultura, and it's perfect.
Just to flex, like, hey, here's what you could have had, you know?
Yeah, dude, exactly.
Yeah.
It's so good. Dillinger Escape Plan. I don't know Dillinger Escape Plan very well.
I'm not a big Dillinger guy. I like the Mike
Each
Patton
Floater.
songs.
Somebody said Earth Crisis, but we already did that.
Yeah, you already did it.
Bad Seed Worldview. That
Oh, man. I would put, if I were to put a Bad Seed song, it would be Real Rain Pours.
yeah, same. But
Dude, when they did it live and Rifkin did the last part on the Crash,
yeah,
he would hit the bum 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 god and dun dun dun.
yeah.
Insane. That's straight up like that's a Josta quality mosh part.
Bad Seed had a serious grip.
Oh
on
yeah,
just
they had everybody.
They had everybody.
Because it was just Title Fight playing mosh parts, so it was like everybody being like,
Salem,
"Oh, these kids we're obsessed with also do mosh," and they got the guy that ripped up my textbook and shoved me in a locker in school. Saba ever tell you about booking?
No.
Saba
What's
would be like,
booking?
yeah, in high school we were booking, which meant just knocking people's books out of their hands.
Oh yeah.
Called it booking.
Booking.
Like the big bully from my high school is writing all the songs for the Title Fight mosh band. That's crazy.
Did you have a kickback song on the last?
Yeah,
list?
Forever War was on there.
Okay, yeah. Someone said that. I was just making sure. Terror Ave.
Yeah, they're in the underrated bands category for sure.
Dude, somebody said Unearth, and there was actually a lot of Unearth the last time, but like a lot of people being
They
like,
kind of
"I can't
missed
believe-"
me a little. I'll be
They
honest.
missed me too.
Yeah.
Same thing. We toured with them, like they did Warped Tour on the same time as us, and like I watched them, and they have parts. For
They got
sure.
tons of parts, but like
Yeah.
I was already an Overcast guy, you know?
Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Hope Con, someone said Truth and Purpose.
Oh God.
Earth Mover. 2 Depths by Nails. It's kind
Is that bow, bow, ba-na-na-na, bow,
that isn't that
bow.
come soon, come quick, come?
No, that's bow. I think Debs is down.
Oh, off of Unsilent Death.
Last song on Unsilent
Yeah.
Death. That part
dude.
is fucking hard, dude.
That back in at that time too, when John would just like like over every
over that.
part.
Yeah,
It was
so sick.
awesome.
Yeah,
Somebody said, "Where that slime be at?"
yeah.
Don't
Where
be-
that
don't
slime
be
be at
pleased.
by Morbid Angel was on mine.
You said suffocation on the last one, right?
Yeah, I can't put suffocate. Somebody said suspended in tribulation.
Somebody said liege.
Oh,
of
liege is fucking hard. Yeah.
ferocity. Mhm. Somebody said AFI Death of Seasons. Does AFI have pit parts?
They're talking about the Mortal Kombat part.
Yeah. But does AFI have like?
I think the closest thing would be like,
Leaving Zone Part 2 because the music video.
no, it would be like the Fall Children Whoa part. You know, like
Dude.
that's a breakdown to me.
I love that song.
Yeah, me too.
The All Hallows EP is fucking unbelievable.
That's perfect.
Let's see. Martyr AD, American Hollow. That's a good one.
Is that I Am Inside of You?
I think so. 200 stab wounds, itty bitty pieces.
Hilarious title.
Couple crucifixions, twitching tongues.
I love that. I mean, that's our least streamed song of all time.
Really?
But it's buried at the end of our least popular record, so why
Right.
would you ever hear it? But the crucifixion mosh part is like something Taylor and I spent weeks working on. So I'm glad that feels good.
Yeah, it's literally getting.
It's crazy. That's crazy to me. You can check the stats. It is number last on the streams.
I think excluding like early Harm's Way stuff, our least played song I think is the electronic song that Casey made on Posthuman, The Gift.
Sorry, Casey.
I think, which is just like
My man's made a skip.
yeah, it sucks.
Song is fun. It's sick.
It's fucking
though.
awesome, and
But yeah,
we
it's
use
just-
it for an intro a lot. It's like a track to.
It's just not what the people wanted at the time. You know.
Yeah.
I've been there, brother. Let me tell you what. I got whole albums in dead last.
Our boy Evan, who's surely listening, said "Rise of the North Star." Trust
Evan,
all
give
of
it up with the Rise of the North Star.
He loves him.
Give it a rest.
Boy, does he love him. Dude, somebody said Asphyx MS Bismarck, which
Yeah.
is it's hilarious that they have a song called MS Bismarck.
I know.
But Asphyx Scorbutus.
Oh yeah,
Scorbutus.
they
That's
got tons of pits
They got pit parts for sure that they need to be completely re-recorded,
for sure.
remixed, re-released.
There's like Asphyx would have been a tough one for me to pick a single part. Nile would be a tough one for me to pick a single part. There's a lot of death metal bands I look at, like Only Living Witness was hard for me. You know, a foundational band for me was difficult to pull. So there's a lot of bands out there where it's just tough to pick one moment and say that's the best.
Let's see if the Twitter says anything particular.
I feel like we're gonna call it here, guys.
You think so?
Yeah, this is enough.
Hammer. Somebody said Hammer Bros. That's funny. Someone said, "Oh shit, here we go." Again.
Hammer Bros got some fucking parts. But that was Best Breakdowns Ever, Volume 2. The playlist is in the description wherever you are listening to this. Thank you so much. That was so fun again.
It's the best.
I could do this every day. I wish the show was just listening songs.
This every day, just like and it's so funny how like we last minute decided to do this.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Both
shit,
times.
man, I got to make a list.
Yeah.
And then once you get going, you just
Yeah.
you got
It's just fun. This is fun. This is like it's funny because it's like a change of pace, but this is like what we're actually
into.
This is what this is like the van, you know?
Yeah, right.
The van is like telling stories and just listing songs to each other.
And going,
And the whole group being like, dude.
oh my God.
Yeah. All right, but that's HardLore this week. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you next week with special guest Aaron Hurd of Jesus Peace. Thank you so much. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.